Hello, Bobby Torres of Frightbox recording here to explain to you why I am burnt the f out and what I plan on doing to fix the situation that I'm in, because I have been here many times before. Now I know this is really unique. This is kind of a different video for this channel. I've never really shot an impromptu video in this fashion before, but I've decided to put it up here on the channel to hopefully help anyone else that might be in a similar situation to the one that I'm in, because it's very common when you are in the creative field, whether you're an artist or a music producer, filmmaker, whatever, and when you're your own boss specifically, when you don't have anyone telling you what to do and you're pretty much left up to your own devices and you have to get things done on time, meanwhile juggling a million projects at once, so on and so forth. Even if you're not your own boss and you plan on getting projects done outside of your normal job, hopefully this video will help you. Take a sip of coffee. So let me explain what has been happening in my life. Back in June, my girlfriend and I bought our new home, which has been awesome. The downside is we've been doing a ton of renovations, right? Now, I'm not really a handy guy, so I've had to learn a lot of these things on the fly by watching YouTube tutorials. Luckily, my girlfriend's father is an electrician and also very handy, so he's helped us out. But still, we're doing a lot of sheetrock work, a lot of sanding, a ton of painting. And as you can imagine, it is extremely time consuming, way more time consuming than I thought it would be. Now, I've done this in the past. In our old apartment, we did a bunch of work, but this is just taking a very long time. And also, we do have other contractors that we've hired to put in a new floor and do some of the work that we can't do, that we don't know how to do, or that we don't have the time to do. Now, I'm not necessarily burnt out because of this work. What's burning me out personally is all the stuff that's happening all at the same time. I have projects that I'm doing out of the studio. We've also started a new service out of the studio where we're recording bands live and offering video production of those live performances. And I also have the Frightbox Mix Script where we mix a song every single month and I interact with my students on a regular basis. And I also have this YouTube channel where I usually upload 2 videos per week. And like I said, I'm extremely burnt out right now because there is no structure to anything. And that's the point that I want to drive home with this video. Most of the time, I'm extremely diligent with my schedule. I wake up, have my coffee at the same time every morning. I read a book for the same amount of time every morning. I do my workouts at the same time every single day. I shoot my videos, script my videos, interact with my students, head on to the studio to produce. Everything is generally on a strict schedule. And what I found is that when chaos is introduced into my schedule and when I am not following time blocking on my Google Calendar is when things go to complete hell and things become stressful and overwhelming and I can't focus on anything. I'm not productive, nothing gets done, and that's exactly where I am right now. Now, I've been here before plenty of times, but I have to say this stretch has been particularly brutal, mainly because of these home renovations, which are very unpredictable. So for example, let's say I have to shoot a video on a Tuesday, and all of a sudden my carpet guy calls me up and says he's gonna show up on Tuesday to get work done. I have to be there. I can't just shoot a video while there's banging going on in the other room. Or maybe I have a session scheduled with a band where we're gonna film them live, and all of a sudden a handyman that's gonna do our new trim around our windows decides to change the day or time at the last minute, then I have to reschedule. Stuff like that. But overall, where the real stress is coming from when I analyze the situation, it's coming from my lack of focus and from my lack of actual scheduling and sticking to my schedule. So in other words, what's happening is because chaos has been introduced, I've just thrown the schedule completely out the window. And here I am right now making a video explaining to you why I'm so stressed out and why I'm not as productive as I usually am. So the question is, what am I gonna do to fix this? Well, here's my plan. This Sunday, I'm gonna sit down with my trusty Google Calendar and I'm going to time block all of my essential tasks, YouTube videos, time to interact with my students, mixing projects, pre-production, all that stuff, and I'm going to be ruthless to protect my time in order to make sure that those things take priority over other things, even the work in my house. So in other words, if a contractor hits me up at the last second, they're gonna have to wait. And let's say I had painting that I wanted to do that day that I just don't get to because I have more work to do for my business, whatever. it's gonna have to wait. Like I said, throughout the past few months, I've kind of thrown my schedule out the window and I've just been kind of reacting to things that have come up. And here we are, super stressed out and not being productive. So that's the point of this video. I'm reteaching myself and reminding myself and hopefully giving you ideas on how you can be more productive. And in my experience, time blocking and sticking to a schedule, whether I feel like shooting a video or whether I feel like working on a song or like producing a band or not, I stick to that schedule because that is my number one priority, my businesses. So for example, Monday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., if I have cleaning the studio on my schedule, I am cleaning the studio. Or if I have, Wednesday noon to 2 p.m., script a new video, I'll be sitting down at my desk, whether I feel like it or not, or whether the ceiling is collapsing in the other room, I'll be scripting a new video for my YouTube channel from noon to 2 p.m. or whatever's on my calendar. So there you have it. That's my plan. It's always served me well in the past. I just needed a refresher, and hopefully it just gives you more ideas on how you can be more productive with your own projects. So I'm curious to know, do you ever experience burnout? Do you feel overwhelmed by all of the things that you have to get done in your life, or maybe with your music or your projects? Is it something you struggle with, or is it something that you generally have a pretty firm grasp on? Let me know by leaving a comment in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your opinion. And also, I just want to say that we live in the absolute best time in history to produce music, specifically rock music and heavy music, thanks to these things called MIDI drums and amp sims. The trouble is, so many of us make the same mistakes over and over and over again when using these tools. And because of this, I've put together a super straightforward and simple guide called the MIDI drums and amp sims production checklist. In the checklist, I highlight all of the areas that people generally go wrong and how you could correct these common issues so you can produce better results with the MIDI drums and amp sims that you're currently using. The PDF guide is absolutely free right now, and you can click the link below and download it and have instant access to the guide. If you found this video helpful, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And do not forget to click the little bell icon so you can be notified every time I upload one of my weekly videos on all things metal and rock production. Until next time, happy mixing.